with Miss Erin Reed is in the green room. I am so excited. She has agreed to come on live with me tonight. And yeah, if there's any technical issues though, I did want to give you a heads up. I have no control over anything on the interwebs for this time. She has actually very generously allowed us to go live on my YouTube channel, her YouTube channel, and both of our Facebooks. So if you're watching at any of those areas, she'll be able to see all of the chats for those. The only ones I'll be able to see are if you're on my channel or on my Facebook, because I'm going to pull up both of those. But let's go ahead and bring Erin on and she can show you what we're going to play with tonight. Yay! I get a little bit too tickled.
What? Hello, everybody. Hi. I feel like I'm hosting, but I'm not. It's a very weird sense because I'm like still on my channel and I'm doing all the background stuff. But
well, I get to learn all of the stuff from you, so that is what I'm loving. We do have Carla is in the house. Carla Boston, Cards for Cancer. Miss Cordelia's in the house, and we have Miss Danielle Brown. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome.
So you were going to show us, yeah, you were going to show us some of your new Digis, I think, and that's what we're going to play with, right?
Yeah, so not only are we're gonna play a little bit, we're gonna show you guys 3 different collections. Let me show you the pictures real fast. So the newest collection I have just launched is called Polar Buddies, and it is currently live. You can either get the card kit or you can also get the full collection, which includes papers and SVGs, so you can cut out stuff. It's all kinds of cool things, and they're cute. They're fun. The previous collection I've done is also called Pandastic. This got launched a couple of months ago, and this one is a total cute one with all the pandas, and it's all kind of a happy birthday theme and just sweet. And then I also, because it's summer and because, you know, I love going to the ocean, it's like my thing, I also wanted to bring in my Seize the Day collection because it's all about being out in the ocean and, you know, that kind of vibe to it. So we're going to be playing with these 3 collections. I got a couple of different cards I'm going to do, and I think, Debbie, you've got some stuff you're going to show as well.
I have printed out some of the Digis that you created, and I think that's what I'm going to copy you. That's what it is. You're going to teach us what you're doing.
I love to learn things, but
I love to learn, and you know, even if it takes me a second to go get something, that's fine. They're used to it. So.
It's easy enough.
Okay, great. So I
guess
we got
lots of awesome people on. So before I get too far into showing all the fun, we're going to make 2 cards together and using all 3 collections. So it's very interchangeable between everything. There is a giveaway going on right now, and there's a coupon code. So let me put the banner up before we get too far. So the giveaway, I would love to know, is what kind of craft, and for some reason I've got 2 apostrophes on that banner. I don't know. Apparently I'm really excited to show everybody how, so what kind of crafts do you like to create? So we're going to do a giveaway live towards the end of the live. So all you have to do is leave your comment. And then I'm also going to be drawing a winner and announcing it later on towards the end of the month. The date is specific at the bottom of the month, and I'll just jump on live to YouTube and Facebook, and I'll announce the winner for that. So
fantastic.
2 amazing winners are going to get a gift card to my store, and yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. Plus, there is a coupon code for everybody, and this is all linked in the information section.
Yes.
But the coupon code is DebbieJ Live, because that's where we're at right now, and it's for 15% off your entire order in my store. And there's lots of freebies too.
There's a lot of stuff in there. I love it. I mean, you guys might remember that last July, we had the Card Maker Success Summit. And right after that, one of my first lives after that, I made a card using her Digis, and it was based on the card that she created during the class. So that was super fun. And guess what? She's in it again this summer. I didn't make the cut, but they had to bring in some more, some new blood. So we do have quite a few other people that we know, like Biddy Penny is in that one too. But Erin's going to be in that, and I'm excited to see what she creates for that. I mean, I am really looking forward to
I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek about what's coming into that class. So you guys are going to get a little sneaker peeker about what's happening. Plus, at the Card Maker Success Summit, I'm doing my own, so I actually have a class I'm showing you. But I'm also hosting for Prickly Pear Stamps. So I'm hosting their live and showing some fun techniques with their stamps and dies at that event as well. So
fantastic.
All kinds of cool stuff.
Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera. And then you guys can see my keyboard for a second, as usual.
I'm going to pop
Except
the
it's not
live
working.
off, the coupon code, but you guys can check out the coupon, and I'll post it up later on. But I'll leave the giveaway information. So always love to know what kind of fun things you love to create. Is this a live stream or premiere? This is live. This is a live. We're currently live.
Unless you're catching the replay. If you're here at 5:35 on 6/14, then it is live.
Eastern, because I'm Central and it's only
Yes,
4:30.
yes,
so
Eastern.
You got to be careful of what day
Yes.
you're calling what here.
Anyway, okay, so at least now my stuff is visible, which is good. So these are the digis that I just printed out, which I may reprint out. I was trying out, yes, I've got enough light. I was trying out another paper. Just, that is still not looking good. Let me get my exposure up. Oh, sometimes I hate this stuff.
I struggle with the lights all the time. I've got like crazy lights up ahead. I've got 2 giant lights right here. I've got a big circle light right. I mean, I feel like I am just on top of the sun when I'm on camera in this direction.
Oh, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been using OBS and I'm so used to it. I'm not using my OBS right now. I am going straight from my camera, so I've got to figure out how does all that work. Anyway, these are some of the papers, and I may just go back and reprint them because I don't really like the paper, and I think it's supposed to be a bit more vibrant. That's always been one of my struggles with printing any kind of digis, is finding the right paper that is going to do the best job. Also,
So I like the Nina White cardstock. You
Okay.
can get like a ream of it. Here, let me grab it.
I've
right
still
here.
got a ton. I think I've got the 80 pound, so I've got a ton of it.
Sorry, I was like stuff cascading. So just to show you guys, I'm going to go big again so you guys can see what I got going on. This is what I use. The Nina
Okay.
Exact Index. This is what I use for all my card base. It's 110 pound.
Okay.
It goes through my inkjet totally fine. And look how much you get. And I want to say it's like 16 bucks. I use that for all of my, it's really
And you
loud.
get that like at
Sorry.
Office Depot or Staples or
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon, baby. I'm an Amazon girl. I like order everything and just have it delivered to my door. So it's awesome. So yeah, I use it for all of my card bases, all the things that I've printed on today. So when everything you see is all printed on that. And then I have a Epson printer that's an inkjet printer that I print with that. So it's all from home. And yeah.
Yep, I've got a Canon, and I did find some Epson paper that worked really well with my digis, but couldn't find it again at the store, and they were about to close, so I wanted to see if I could find another option. But this is like 28 pound. It's nice and smooth, which is good. This is more like what you'd print you would use to print planner inserts. 28 pound or 32 pound is good. This is not heavy enough. I'm gonna have to back it onto something else. Or I could always just run it through my scan and cut and glue it into my planner.
There's
So
that too. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend copy paper. That's too thin. But on my one card that I have right here that we're going to make together, this sheet of paper right here, I thought I had enough of my cardstock in there. It didn't, so it ran on copy paper. And I was like, well, I don't want to waste my ink. So that's what I'm going with.
Well, I feel you. I'm definitely going to use these. And they're so cute. Look at those. We got these cute little
good
penguins.
question.
Go
Somebody
ahead.
asked a question. Brenda asked, how long is the discount good for? The discount's good to the end of the month. Good question. Yeah, you have all the way to the end of June to use that. So if you're happen to watch the replay later on, then there you go.
Fantastic.
And if you want to sign up for my newsletter, I do have that listed down below in the information section. If you're watching,
I can't believe I wasn't already signed up, but I got like your welcome email. It's like, I like her welcome email.
Okay, so I got to tell a little something. So I set everything up. I just started using this program for all my newsletters and things. And for some strange reason, apparently my very first email, I had it clicked off of everybody. So only the second email went out in that sequence. Like if you join my newsletter, the first one, nobody got, but everybody got the second one. And I was like, what the heck how did I click this? And it was just this little button that I clicked off. I'm like, how did I screw this up? And I unclicked it and it sent it to everybody because nobody had gotten it yet. I was like, whoops. So everybody's welcome now.
Oh my goodness.
When you're doing everything yourself and you're learning as you're going along and you're running your own business, you're just like, whoops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the folks that are watching on my channel, they know I'm like that. I'm always trying something new, and I'm always trying to save money or do it for free. which sometimes it's better to just pay for it because it takes so much time to get it all done the other way. Okay, I'm going to try reprinting on some Nina. I just got up and put some Nina in my printer to see how that does. And
so I'm just if you see me guys looking down here, it's because my screen is right here and I'm looking at all your comments. And I just want to shout out to everybody who's here. We got Brenda and Maureen and Little Bit and Lisa and PJP Stamper. There's so many amazing people on. If I miss you, Cordelia, Crystal, Brenda, Gloria, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So while she's getting herself organized, let's jump in and let me show you the first card. Is that cool?
Fantastic.
All right, so this is our first cutie little card. I love it because it is a circle card. And don't forget to leave a question, answer the question, just leave it in the comments of what kind of craft projects you like. I've seen a lot of people saying, I love to make cards, and that's awesome. But there's so many other fun craft projects. I like to do everything. So here we have, look, it's a little circle card. Isn't that adorable? I love I love cards that are not in the normal shape. So these are the two that we're gonna make together live. And I'm gonna change the screen so you can see myself a little better while she's running around. Let's flip this so you can see really big. Okay, and I can see when she's ready. So let's do the circle one. It is so simple. All I did is I took a regular black card. This is an A2 size card. Folded it in half like you would normally fold for an A2 size card. And then I put a circle die. This would also work if you had an oval, if you wanted to do like a fun square with fun lines. Any shape, this totally works. Just when you line it up, leave a little bit off the edge. So that way it doesn't cut all the way. So it's like a little, oh, you like making folios. Very cool, Tracy. So when you cut it off of the die, because you didn't cut all the way to the edge, it stays intact. So you have a little card that is able to flip, and it's the fun shape of the size. And when you have, I use nesting dies all the time. I love them. So this is a circle nesting die that I used. And then I just built all the other cards using the other nesting circles. So it's just really, really easy. And this is my Pandastic collection. So let me show you all the fun parts that are a part of the Pandastic collection. Let me get the right image. So in this collection, you also get 4 circle embellishments, and they're quite large, but with the digitals, you can also size them up or size them down because I give them to you as an SVG, as a PNG. So it's like a picture file or like a JPEG. So you can go in and you can make it bigger or smaller. You can just pop it into Google Docs, and it's super simple just to mess around and to make it larger or smaller. So I took my sheet, get all my stuff off to the side here. So I do have it as a sheet like this where it prints out. It's a PDF, so all you have to do is just print it. Or you can also size it up or size it down if you want to. I kept the original size, went with one of the smaller dies, and I just die cut them all out, just like that. So that was the first step. So I have the one that's on here, but look at all the other cutie ones. Aren't they adorable? I just think they're so cute. So this one says, I'm not late, I'm a year early. I didn't forget, I was busy. They're all like birthday ones, and this one's, let's pretend this card's not late. And this last one says, better late than never. Because pandas are sometimes a little slow and sluggish. I thought that was kind of a fun fit together. I try to be cute sometimes and kind of punny. Punny is the word, right?
I don't think you can help it.
No, it's kind of one of those things. You just got to play with it. So let's do this one right here. So then I just took I have some really old Bow Bunny paper that dots, and the other side it's the swirl. And I die cut that out with the next smaller die. So not the largest one that caught the circle, but the next smaller, but a size up from this guy. So it's just, and I did all this ahead of time, so that way you weren't watching me die cut everything. So here we have the two together, and then we're just gonna stick them together because all the work is done for you. I did all the heavy lifting here about creating all the fun digis and the images. But if you also just wanted to have the little panda, you could pull out the panda and use it however you want. And they're just adorable. They're cute. I think they're fun. Okay, and then you're just gonna pop this onto the front. I need to look to see where the center is. So I like to open my card just a tiny, tiny bit. See where the center. You could also do your card sideways. So you could run it that direction if you want to. It's really up to you how you want to do that. I like it going from the top because it looks like you're opening up like a little makeup case. That's kind of where I was aiming for that concept. And then on the inside, we're going to do some more layers. And so you also can print out a sheet that has all of the fun sentiments. Let me find the one that's not all cut up. So I repeated all these sentiments, quite a few of them, and so you can print this out just as is, Or you could also, size these up or size down because we're dog sitting right now. And so we have 2 extra dogs in our house. And I don't know if you guys are starting to hear that in the background, but
hey, at least they're not having to hear my husband meow at me.
I think they're like fighting over a dog chewy, but they're playful. They're all getting along wonderfully. They're having a ton of fun. But now I've got another dog running upstairs going, what's going on? So when I took that, and I'll show you the one that I actually die cut. So this one I took, and I've used it for other ones, but I took the even smaller circle and then just die cut out a couple of the phrases for the card. There they go. There's the dogs. Yep, never fails. I swear in my house, we have the menagerie. We've had birds fly into our house. During a live, I had stray dogs run through my house.
Oh my goodness.
Then the most recent one we've had was besides these yahoos are barking at the storm upstairs. They're fighting over a bone, I think. Is we had my son's friend came over to play, and as he's walking in the house, just a random cat walks into my house. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, that's
in my
funny.
house.
That is funny.
Super sweet cat. Favorite place to hang out on the craft desk I'm on right now. So all she did until we found her owner.
I saw pictures of that. Absolutely. Yeah. I saw pictures of that.
Whatever. You go figure. So I die cut out the circle. This is the same size as the green. So I did one in white. And then I've got some really cute paper. So those are a couple of the papers we've got. This one is the hearts, and on this one I did the dots. So just to show you guys, here is the fun dot paper, really cool. And then this one is the heart paper. And then in the collection also we have the cutie pandas, which you could fussy cut out the panda if you want to, but you're also going to get each panda individually. So if you wanted to create your own backgrounds and stuff, you can. Lots of cutie pandas on that one. And so then it's just a matter of layering all these together, because then it goes inside the little makeup case card. Super simple. I love shapes. This one's just fun. Plus the size of this die, and I'll show you here in a minute, and then we're just going to put a little sentiment on there. See, look how easy. It's all done. You just have to die cut. Simple, simple, simple. Little cutie cards. And the best part is the size of the die that I used, the largest one, it's not any bigger than a standard size card. So this would still fit into an A2 size card envelope, because this is an A2 size card. So you can totally put this in a regular card envelope and then mail it. Super, super simple.
Perfect.
And now the die has fallen on the ground. So what do you guys think of the first one? She's over there like madly die cutting. What are you doing?
I am working on the card you're making.
Ah, gotcha.
So I've got an oval die that I should have used my metal plate, because it only cut through one instead of two, because of course it's heavyweight cardstock. So now I have to find my metal shim, because I don't remember where I put it last time I used it. I
don't want to jump ahead of you too far. So what? Just
you're good. I mean, I've watched enough of it. Right now, my printer is still printing. It's going to be forever, because it's.
So do you want me to move on to the other card?
That is perfect. That's perfectly fine. I'm starting this one, but I will get caught up on the other. And they're used to me not actually finishing a card during a video, so.
Oh, I have to. I have to like show completely.
Oh,
done.
I know. You
do
awesome.
That drives me nuts. But I also do lots of pre-cutting and everything ahead of time.
Yeah,
so.
you are better at talking and crafting at the same time than I am.
Been doing it a little while. I have a card making Wednesday live every Wednesday. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central on Erin Reed Bakes, we'll make a couple, not these ones, different ones. New cards every week, new techniques, new ideas, different stamp companies, all, pulling stuff out of your stash, seeing new fun things, everything. And so we're almost on episode 150. It's not quite yet.
Oh my goodness.
We're like 147, episode 147. Crazy.
I still need to go back and count all of mine, which I haven't finished doing yet. I know I'm like over 50, because I do like a weekly, but still. Mm-hmm. And of course my washi tape ripped my paper, but that just means I turn it over.
It works.
It works, absolutely.
All right.
Go for it.
I was using the, so just to show you guys again, the one that I did with the circle cards, that's a Pandastic collection. That's a super cute one. The one that we're going to do next, so let me flip over here. The next card is this really cool card. Now, I also host a card swap. So if anybody is interested in joining in my card swaps, they are a ton of fun. The swap that we did, we just finished a swap. And so it is over. It was all about summer and everything, anything that you could think of that would be summer. So like beach, ocean, picnics, 4th of July, whatever your inspiration was for summer, fruit, whatever your calling was. There was no specification. The only limitation was a 2-size card and the group decides what the swap is going to be, like what the qualification or what the stipulations are, like size of the card, themes of the cards, all that kind of stuff. We usually run 2 to 3 swaps per year. That group is almost 1,000 people. I'm just flabbergasted that there's over almost 1,000 people that are interested in doing card swaps.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome. I think that's fantastic.
I remember when you did the one at Christmas, you had to limit the number of cards you could send in because it was so huge.
Getting big.
Yes.
It's getting huge. It's massive, but it's a ton of fun. So we are about to launch our next, I know it's like June and I'm talking about a Christmas swap, but I do it on purpose to give you enough time to make the cards when I launch the card swap to begin with. So enough time to make the cards, to get them sent over to me. And then I do videos on the cards. So everybody gets a chance to have their cards show up on a video. And for a couple of reasons. One, you put so much hard work into making your cards. I want everybody to see how amazing you are. Number 2, if you send in 10 cards, you're only getting 10 back. I get thousands of cards sent in every single time.
Yeah.
Thousands. So you're not going to be able to see every single card design that has come my way. So that's what the videos do, is they give you a chance to get a ton of inspiration from everybody who was part of the swap, and everybody gets a chance to kind of see all the really cool cards. And then I swap them around once all the videos are done, and I mail them back to you. So the postage is on you, both coming to me and then return. All the information is in the Facebook group. Are you still there?
I'm still
You
here.
lost sound.
I wasn't talking.
Can't hear her anymore. Did I lose sound on my end? Can't
Hello,
hear her.
hello. I will mute and then try to turn it back on.
Okay, I'll just keep going and hopefully her sound comes back on. I don't think it's my earbuds,
Hello, hello.
but I could be wrong.
So guys, let us know
Maybe
if you
it's
can hear
mine.
me in the chat.
Power on. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Let me check to make sure it's on my. This is the joy of lives. I don't know if it's on her end or my end that we lost the live. So I'm going to play something in the background and see if
it happens all the time.
I'm going to find my mouse. I don't want to be
Crystal
like,
says
it's her,
we
but
hear
it
you
could've
both.
been me.
So I'm going to hush a little bit and let her go forward. They can hear me.
Play
It's your
something in the background
earbuds.
here and see if I can hear it. No. Nope. Okay, so it's not my headphones, so I think it's on her end. Oh, I think I hear you again. There she is. Okay.
They were saying
turn
in
your
the
mic off?
No, in the chat they said they can hear both of us. I don't
That's
know.
so weird. Like all of a sudden I couldn't hear anything. I'm like, is it my headphones? So I pulled up another YouTube video just to see if I could hear it. This is the joys of lives, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So
Because I have
this
like
is
my
so
earbud
far.
in here. So okay. So where was I at? Card
You're
swap.
going to start on another. Oh, you were talking about this card swaps.
Yes. Okay. So I was trying to remember where I was the train of thought. So anyway, all the information is in the Facebook group. There's a link if you're interested in joining, and we're about to start the Christmas swaps. That way, when everything is done and all the videos and all this, mailing it in, I get to swap it around and mail it back. You have it in time to actually use them for Christmas. You're not getting them after Christmas. So you will get them by the end of October back to you. So if you wanted to mail them out and use them as your Christmas cards that year, you have plenty of time to do so.
Awesome.
So that's why it's so early. And yeah, the limit is 30 cards, but in batches of 10. So you can either send in 10, 20, or 30 cards to me. And then if you send in 30, you get 30 back. But I have some people that just donate the cards. And then whatever cards are left over, I always do like a big batch of cards that I send off to the troops. We're a military family. That's where my husband is right now, is off serving.
Oh,
so
wow.
I always send a big batch of cards to the troops so they can turn around and then mail them back to their family. So they can write their information inside and send a thank you card or a birthday card or a Christmas card back to their loved ones. So that's what I do with the spares,
That is awesome.
if there is any.
Yeah. If
All right,
there's any.
so well, sometimes, if it all works out evenly, then there's an even number, because if you send in 30, you get 30 back.
Exactly.
So depending on how much I make to go into the swap. Sometimes I try to have everybody in the swap get at least one card of mine, but it doesn't always work out. So
I got a card from you last year. I got one that was a pull tab card.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like all the ones I make in my videos end up showing up usually about a year later in the swaps. Donna, we can see your comments totally fine. If you're commenting, I can see everybody's comments that is coming from my YouTube, Debbie's YouTube, my Facebook, and Debbie's Facebook. So if you're posting anywhere in there, you're good to go.
You know what I'm able to see? I'm able to see YouTube and Facebook in the StreamYard, but I don't know if it's for both channels or if it's just mine. But there's some names that I don't think I've seen in mine, so they might be combining everything in, which is cool. Donna Nipper is on a Facebook one. I don't know which Facebook she's on, but I see her
I can't tell which, I can tell if it's YouTube or Facebook, but I don't know whose it's from. So that part I don't know. So there is a question. You're in Australia.
I don't think I've got any comments on mine.
Oh.
It's gotta be yours.
So there's Chaos in the Craft Room. That's a really cool name. She's asking if you can send a card because you're from out of the country. Absolutely. I have had people from, and I understand the postage is absolutely bananas, but you are more than welcome to be part of the swap. You can have your cards in the video. If you want to do a thing, that's fine. I've had people from Bermuda. That was a fun one. Puerto Rico, which is actually not international shipping because it's a U.S. territory. So it's just U.S. shipping to Puerto Rico. Guam is the same thing. If you happen to live in either of those places, you're good to go. UK, the Netherlands, where else have I had? France, Australia has been, and Canada. So those are the international ones. But yes, shipping is more expensive. There's no way around that one that I can do for a tangible product. So I can't fudge shipping on that. But you're more than welcome to be part of it by shipping them in and then donating them if you want to do that, or if you want to have them paid to get shipped back. That's totally your call. And so you could message me or email me about that. So, yay. All right. So yeah, I'm seeing all really cool comments about what kinds of crafts people love to make. I'm seeing cards and I'm seeing paper crafts. I have yet to see any like weird ones. I'm waiting for like, I don't know what a weird one is, but like jewelry makers in the house. I don't know. Anybody a crocheter? I'm not a crocheter.
Elizabeth does everything. I know Elizabeth Costa Rogers is in the house and she does everything.
That's cool.
She just posted, she just said painting.
Ooh, somebody did it. See, I not really got, like, I'll do like basic wreath making. That's cool. I love that one.
She did wreath making last night on a live.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So since this is paper, I'm able to double cut so I can make more than just one. But this I think looks cool just by itself, but I didn't print out sentiments. I have to cut this.
All right, let's see what you got going on here.
I have to cut out this little guy to go on my card because that's going to be cute. Oh, meaning this is going to go away because there's not enough room, but this will still be cute.
Oh, you're going to die cut the little penguin with the trees behind it?
I'm going to die cut that out so that it'll fit on the oval. If I can remember what I did with my die. You don't lose things like that, do you?
Run off on us, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, mine run off all the time. And I just had it to measure right before I cut the paper.
Of course, of course.
Okay, meaning it was over here with all of my printer paper. So I'm going to center it on one and cut through both of them at the same time because this is so thin. And since I've got regular heavyweight cardstock underneath, it'll work good.
There you go. There you go. See, she's gotten it figured out. She's gotten it all good. Yeah, when I was designing that one, I was like, okay, so you can see there's one that's like all kind of teal colors with the penguin.
Yeah, you did 3 of them.
And then I had one where I added like the pink in there. I was like, okay, well, the 3 main colors in that collection were the teal, the pink, and then the yellow. And I was like, well, maybe if I add little bits of everything in there, so you get all 3 renditions when you get the collection sent to you. Because I was like, well, if I made it, I might as well give them to them all because I didn't know which one I liked better.
Yeah, we need the teal. Okay, you see my nails, right? They're blue, but they're slightly blue-green. So me and you both. I know you said that your favorite color is teal.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Not good at crocheting. You never.
Go ahead.
The only knitting I have ever done was I learned how to knit a square. So it's like the washcloths for the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I made like 2 or 3 of them, but it just took so freaking long because I'm not a fast knitter. And apparently there's a fast way to knit and a slow way to knit. And I learned how to do the slow way. And my hands just was like, I can't. This is just not good.
Well, I've done crochet and I liked it, and I've even done some of those little characters. Like I've got a couple of little tiny unicorns sitting on a
Oh, adorable!
I did a fox for my mother-in-law because she loves foxes. And what else did I do? This was like a couple of years ago when I was not really making it into the craft room because I felt so bad. But I was able to sit on the couch and crochet.
Thing. So
yeah,
the tatting is on like lace? Like
no,
what
I think
you're making?
I think it's the ones where it's like the fuzzy.
Oh, is that felting though?
I think it's called tatting, but I think it's the same thing. But I haven't tried that either. I've got a diamond painting that I haven't worked on in like 6 months. Because some of the stuff just takes so long. There's one on the desk
upstairs the kids go by. I do too much stuff. Like there's nothing just for enjoyment. Maybe if I'm like gone somewhere and I have nothing else to do, I might take something with me, like a stitching something or other. Because that's something I can pull out if I'm on an airplane or if I'm hanging out wherever and it's just calming and peaceful. But tatting does kind of look like lace. Okay, so I was on the right frame of mind for what we were doing. I got it. Yeah,
that's
like a crochet. Is that the one with all the needles that you move all the spindles around and there's all the pins?
Oh,
what's that one called? That looks so cool. I don't think I could ever do that, but it looks like amazing.
Yeah, so. I used to do my brain just stopped again. Paper mache at Halloween.
Punch embroidery. Oh.
Ooh, I did cross stitch. But again, it's where all these things take so long to do that I just don't have the patience anymore. And how do you do something that takes forever on video?
Yeah, no, you can't.
You can't.
There's no way. Kudos to anybody out there that's got some sort of like channel or does something like anything that's got like takes ages to do, or you just show like a portion of it. But then I would feel like you'd have to show the finished product that took months.
That's
to do.
how I feel too. On a lot of those I have looked at some to learn like a stitch when I was doing those crocheted amigurumi. I know I'm saying it wrong, but those little characters. But I would go to look, okay, what is the stitch? Because I don't know this abbreviation. And they would basically just show it, and it would like be a 30-minute thing, but still it took forever. I could not do that. And it was just the one stitch. It was never a finished project, just let you see what it was.
So you're talking about sublimation. You need to come to my channel on Friday at noon Central. We've got Artistry and myself. We are doing a
Ashley's gonna be
Erin
there.
makes it. Yeah, so Ashley and I are going to be. She's the face of Artistry.
They
She's
know
absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
and we're going to be playing with all of the new ink colors on Friday. So we're going to do some
I need
fun
to
things.
take out mine. Yeah. Well, I think that I'm going to have to make sure that I'm in the chat on Friday and that I'm playing with the stuff because I need to practice.
We're doing a t-shirt and a sequin pillow. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. And I just realized I didn't cut out a second base. I just put adhesive on the back of the other one. I didn't make the second base yet.
Well, while you're working on that, I'm going to flip over and people can see what you're doing. And we're going to do the next card, which is this fun one. This was with the Seize the Day collection. And so I was talking about my card swaps. So this was the inspiration. This card came from my card swap, and that's why I do the swaps, is to give inspiration to not only myself, but to all of you guys as well who are part of the swap. And if you're not part of the swap, by watching the videos, because it's all about just getting ideas for what to make, because doing the same thing over and over for me gets really boring. And this card I thought was awesome. So I took the idea from her, and I have no idea where it originally came from. I'm sure somebody came up with this. But look how cool this is. So when you open up the card, these little pieces come out. And then this is your main part of your card. So you could even put a gift card in here if you wanted to. And the main part of your card is an A2 size card. It's just you're folding it differently. So I'm going to show you how to do all these really cool folds. They're not hard. It's actually really, really easy. You just have to think about where you're folding. It's pretty straightforward. So this is the one I made as the prototype using my Seize the Day collection. So I did my anchors, and I also did the peach weave. And then the couple of cards we have, the sea is calling, because it is totally calling me. And then we also have this one that says, the sea, once it casts its spell, holds on in its net of wonder forever, which I totally feel is that way whenever I go near the ocean. I am totally a ocean baby.
You need to come down here and visit, and we'll go over to Tampa or New Smyrna or Daytona.
Oh, okay. I had everything cut and I used my spare because I messed up my prototype. So I got to grab another sheet of paper from that pack I was just showing you. So
And then cut it vertically.
We'll start from scratch. Hang on, now it's all stuck in here. Okay, now I got it. So, standard sheet of paper. We're going to use just white cardstock. This is the white Nina cardstock. And we're going to cut it lengthwise. So, standard A2 size card is you could either take your card and you can either cut it across this way, so you get 2 cards, or you can take it and cut it along the other direction. So it's 4.25. You guys can't see that. So I'm at 4.25 and you make a long card. So either way you cut it, as long as you cut it in half, you're totally good. So here are 2 cards that we're going to make. And the first fold we are going to do is going to be going across the entire length of the diagonal. So we're going to go all the way along this direction right here. So if you want to pull out, isn't that a fun fold? I love this. I love fun fold cards. I love anything that looks a little bit different, and that's what we were going for today. So I like to use my paper trimmer as my scoring tool. But if you have a scoring, like you've got a Score Buddy, or if you've got the Martha Stewart, or everybody's got their own version that they love, whatever you love to use, go ahead and use it. Now, I'm a very linear kind of person. I know I'm kind of off. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one corner of the card, and I know you guys can't see this, but I'm going to take the other corner, and I'm going to line the 2 corners up. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. I'm going to take the 2 corners, and I'm going to line them up right on there. It doesn't matter if you did the other side or this side. We're going to make the card work no matter what direction you're doing. So line up your 2 corners, and then just score along those 2 corners. Okay, so go along the long diagonal. That's it. Really get a good score mark on there. You love, Wendy's got, I love making cards and gift boxes and stamping with wooden stamps. Ooh. So do you like wooden stamps? I always ask this question. Do you guys like working with wooden stamps? Now we're just folding across that score mark that we just made. Do you like making wooden stamps or using wooden stamps versus acrylic stamps? Which ones do you like better? I always curious because some people are like diehard wooden or like rubber stamp kind of people, and some people are only acrylic. And I'm always curious to why, or some people like both. Why do you like one or the other? I don't know.
Yeah, I always forget to use my rubber stamps. They do have a very, very good impression, but they take up more space for storage, and I think that is my biggest downfall when it comes to rubber stamps of any kind. A long time ago, I took all of the wooden stamps I got when I first started making cards and took them off the blocks, and then I still have not used them. I mean, I put everything away. I was finding storage for them, but then I still haven't used them. I mean, it doesn't do you any good if you don't use it.
I know. I was given wooden stamps, and I never used them, so I just passed them along because I never used them. I can store the acrylic ones so much easier. And now that you've got like the stamp positioners and like the Misty and the stamping platforms, it is so much easier because you can go back over that same image again in the exact same spot. You can get that crisp, clean image. So I don't feel the need for the wooden ones anymore or the red rubber, but.
And I lucked out. I think the Misty was already out when I first started crafting. So I'm going to go cut. I've got a little paper trimmer at my desk, and I've got a big paper trimmer in another room, so I'm going to cut a couple of card bases to match yours. So I will be right back.
Okay. So once we have this,
done now. Look, guys, you never see this happen.
Let's show everybody your card that you get, the 2 cards you made. Let's show them. So she made ovals of the same idea. So I did the circle.
That extra paper that I cut out, and since it's white, it's not going to be hard to write over. But I think I'm also going to stamp or put a sentiment on the inside later. So those are pretty much done.
Aren't they fast and easy? Look, so she did ovals, I did circles, and they're just so fun. And if you've got a really cute image on the front, it just does all the work for you. So
yes, absolutely.
Oh, you're folding and scolding with me. Yay, Gwen!
Awesome.
All right, so you're gonna go score real fast?
Back. Yeah, I'm gonna go cut a couple of card bases. I'll be right back.
All right, so once you've got the score down the center here, so see how we went the diagonal? You're gonna take that. All we need to do now is take this card and fold it in half. That's it. And then you could do it either whatever way you want to fold it in half. There's no wrong way. You're going to take the one end, just like you would do a normal, line up the edges, and then fold here. And for this one, because we're folding in 4 sheets of paper here because it's folded off, I like to come in with my scoring tool, and it might be a little bit persnickety, so just be careful. Go the other direction. Don't force it. Papers, it could rip, right? So kind of go one direction, lightly tap it. Okay, see how I'm doing that? And I'll open it up and I'll go the other way. And then I'll lightly tap it and make sure we get a good score on this. It's got a little funky because I think I tried to force it too much. And then just come in with your scoring tool. And there we go. And that's the easiest way I found to make this particular card. I like to open it up and I like to go the other way and get a good score. Whoops, and I'm off. Make sure your sides are lined up nicely before you really give it that good crease. There we go. And that is your card. Whoops, that's our card. So your card can either go one way. So just to show you, it's kind of white, so it's hard to see. So you can either have it go this direction, right? So the card opens up backwards and you have your pieces, or you could flip it. So there's that. So see, it doesn't matter which way I go with that. That's the way it's going to go. Or I open the card up and I diagonal it the other direction. There's no wrong way to make the card. It doesn't matter, right? And then I can fold this in half, and now my card opens the other way. So if you're like, no, I only want it to open to the left and I want the pockets here, then just flip the card, open it up and flip it and fold it the other way. Oh, I really want my card to open to the right. It works either way. It doesn't matter. That's the beautiful thing about this. So I'm going to go with the generic. We're going to open the card to the left this way. So we're going to keep it going that direction. And I think I like the way it folds. Sometimes you have to kind of play with it and go, well, which way does it fold a little bit better? And I'm just going to redo that little score mark right there. So if you're like, this one just sits nicer, like it just feels better, then do that. If you're like, that doesn't work, fold it again. And this one feels like it bubbles up a little bit to me. But when I fold this way, like it folds flat. So just try it. Once you find like, that's where I want it to be, and that's exactly the space I want it to open in, and you're happy with that, now we start trimming our paper. So because this is a standard A2 size card, because it still fits within the framework, just to show you guys, see, it still fits within the framework for the most part. It's a little off, but not too bad. It should still fit in the envelope. If not, you could always size up to the next envelope. We're going to take some sheets of paper. So these are a couple of the sheets of paper that come from my Polar Buddies, which is the newest release that we are using. So that's what she's been using, exactly. So that's so this guy right here. It's so cute. So we're using the stripes and also the ones that got all the penguins and polar bears on it. And I'm just going to give you guys a little sneaky peeky on this, a little inside. There's going to be a tangible, like physical collection of this. There's going to be stamps, dies, and papers coming on this collection shortly. We're in the works and it's all coming together, but this collection will be seen as a physical product, not just as a digital product. So if that's your jam, then it will be coming our way shortly. So I'll be able to ship those out to everybody.
I am so excited for you.
Erin's got her first products that are not digital. It's going to be cool. So we're going to cut, these are both trimmed down to be 4 by 5 1/4. So it'd be your standard size if you were going to take a sheet of paper and you were going to mat it down to be just a little bit smaller than your average card, right? And we are going to cut these so it fits on the pocket. So just to show you, we've got a fit one that goes here, but the part that get cut off the top is what goes in there. So that's the cool part. And the part that you cut at the bottom here goes up there. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 deal. You get to cover it all. And if you wanted to take a whole bunch of different kinds of papers and mix and match them, and so this one, that one, and that one are all different, you could do that. So this would be a really fun mass production card too, if that's your style. Okay, that's what you want to do.
This far.
So now fold it in half.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm going to show you what's next. So you've gotten it to here, right? You fold it in half, right? So you fold it in half, and it looks like you got, two mountains. Mm-hmm. Take the entire card and fold it into itself.
Okay. And I'm going to score it because otherwise I am going to destroy it.
I totally understand.
Yep.
Totally understand. And there's so many amazing people who have gotten on. We got Sherry and Maureen and Janine and Melissa. Hello, hello, hello. It's pretty wonderful, everybody, for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Welcome, guys.
So now that we've got, so are you good on the card now?
I think so.
Okay. And like I was telling everybody, like if you want it to fold to the open to the right, but it went the wrong way, you just open it and fold it the other way. So there's lots of ways that you can have this card work. I like it personally opening to the left, and you have the pockets here and the pocket here. Good?
Yeah, I like it that way too, yeah. I'm looking
It's
at it,
just
like,
what
which
you
way is
normally
left?
see with a card, right?
Exactly.
It's what we
You
see.
got the fold is on the left-hand side. I like that.
You got it. She's got it. All right, I like my paper trimmer going this way. All right, so now we have a 4 by 5 1/4 cut mat of whatever paper you want to use.
Okay.
And then from here, we are going to just put a little marking at the 2-inch mark. So that's half, right at the 2-inch mark. So just a little dot, just to remind you, yep, that's the halfway mark. Don't score it, you're just gonna put a little dot on there. And what that dot is that's the height of right here, right? So this front little section. So just to show you, it's the height of this piece right here. So if we're looking at that color, all right? So then we're gonna take and we're gonna line up that dot, and we're gonna cut in a diagonal to the corner. And this is what I like to do to make sure I have my paper face the right direction, is I take my paper, my card, and I'm gonna go, oh, okay, is that the right diagonal? Did I go the right way? Because you might accidentally go the other way and try and line, like if I went the wrong way by accident, and then I'm gonna go, oh, well that triangle, look where the triangle, the right corner, the right angle does not fit. And if I made it to fit this side, then it's going to be the wrong side of the paper. So always just double check, does that triangle match that triangle? And if it doesn't, then you went the wrong way. You got to flip it.
Okay, so you said the paper needs to be 4 by 5 1/2. And then
No, it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4.
Oh, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, I'll cut it down
Yeah.
a little bit more.
So it's 4 by 5 1/4.
Okay, and
You
then
got
we're
it.
supposed to measure and add a little dot
2
there.
inches. So 2 in along the 4-inch line,
Okay.
measure at the 2-inch mark.
Okay.
And just put a little
I
dot.
can't
Mhm.
friggin' see that. I'm blind.
Enough so you can see it.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to do is we're cutting this piece right here.
Okay, great.
And so line up that little tick mark right there, and you're going to go down to the corner and then just cut that piece. And that goes on here, right there. That's your first one. And I'm going to do the same thing for my other sheet of paper as well, because we got to do this twice, because you're going to do both the front and also what's on the inside. Unless you want to leave the inside white, you could leave this space white if you wanted
awesome.
to. But you know,
I am not good
you
at-
can write on this part of the card, because people like to write on cards. That's the point of cards, right? You could write there, or you can also write on the back of the little insert pieces you're putting in there.
That is awesome.
So I'm going to do my little marking of my 2 inches on my second sheet of paper. So measure twice, cut once, people. You don't screw it up. And just like before, the front side of your card is exactly identical in shape to the inside. They're mirror images, or not mirror. They're exact copies of each other, not mirror images. So as long as you have the shape in front of you, and then when I trim this one, it'll line up. So again, I can take my paper, my card, and go, is that the right shape of the triangle? Is that going to fit in that space? And if my answer is yes, and make sure I have it lined up to the corner, to my mark, and cut.
And you're using a
And then I
different
just-
design for the second one?
I
Or-
did. So I've got
Okay.
2 different paper designs, because we're going to take the opposite paper, and that's what's going into this space right here.
Okay, that
So-
makes sense.
Yeah, so you see 2 different designs. This is a great way to use some of your pattern paper that you have. So if you've got like, you know, paper pads or anything, and all the paper colors go together, this is a great way to use those, and you can mix and match all the paper pads and really get to use your paper. So it's a really good like scrap buster, you know, card buster or stash buster card.
Yeah, because we all have a lot of that stuff.
You know, so I'm going to go ahead and glue down my smaller pieces to my 2 pieces, just to get these out of the way. And then I'm going to show you there's one more tiny little cut we have to make in order for the card to completely work. And I'll show you why. So just, it doesn't matter which one goes where. Place them where you want to. There's the first one that goes on the first flap, and I'm going to open it up, and then this one goes here. Be very careful not to go where your crease is, so you don't want to go anything further. It's going to mat nicely where you have the border of your card, and you don't have to do it in white. You could totally do it in any color cardstock pattern paper for the base of your card. Whatever you would want to do, you could do that. You could have the base of your card be a fun pattern paper, and then these strips all be solid cardstock. You could reverse that concept. So it's easy.
Okay, so I got the first one. I'm actually caught up with you now.
Woohoo! Well, I've slowed down. I'm in mode of, okay, we're teaching a class, and this is more of like a hands-on and follow me kind of a deal. I didn't know where we were going with it. That's where we're going with it now. So it's cool. Roll with the punches.
Oh, well, you know we love that. So, and I just realized I cut it the wrong one, I think.
See, you cut the wrong way, right?
I cut the wrong way.
So that's why I always hold up the card. I always hold up the card before I cut and go, does it fit?
I've seen you had issues like that before. That's why,
you know, because the first prototype I made,
yeah,
I made that exact same mistake, and so I was like, I need to point this out because you're gonna do it.
Absolutely. Yep.
This is what happens.
We always tell folks, you know, don't do what I say. Don't do what I do. Do what I say.
I try to get all those bugs out before I go live. Sorry, I'm thirsty. I've got a drink from my Hufflepuff cup that I got when I was in Harry Potter.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know. I haven't been over there in forever. I think the last time that we went right before I got sick, so that was 2017. It's been a long time.
When we went to Creativation, the Amp to Creativation. Cassie and I went to Harry Potter. We went to both parks the day before the show opened. Yeah, so we went a day early to go have fun.
I think they had just
I'm here.
They had just opened up the new thing for the dragon ride or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, it was raining the day we went, so it kept shutting down, so we never got a chance to go on it.
Oh, well, it used to be Dueling Dragons, and then they changed it because they moved Harry Potter to where Dueling Dragons was. But it's a lot more popular now than it was then.
So Gwen's got a really cool comment about the card that if you're using a heavy cardstock, like I'm using 110-pound cardstock, when you do that second fold, because you're using thicker paper and you're trying to fold 4 sheets, it's really hard. So if you've got a thinner paper, it might work a tiny bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it buckles up a little bit. So your gel printing papers are totally fine. I wouldn't go as thin as copy paper. But you don't have to go as thick as like super, like what you're going to color on. So I'm using 110 and it works. I just have to finagle it a tiny bit.
Okay, so I got this cut correctly now.
Thanks, Gwen. She's got it now.
Yep, and it looks like it's going to match. That's the important part. It matches. I think that's why I don't.
Oh, you're matching what I'm doing?
Who said that, me or them?
Bye, Wendy. Have a good sleep. I know you're way ahead of us in time.
Oh, yeah, she is far, far away. I love it when she pops in, though. She's a sweetheart.
I know. She's awesome. Okay, so now that we've got these pieces, now we've got to do this piece. Oops, I'm in the wrong. I'll flip my camera. We got to do this one here, and we got to do this one here. So we're going to open it up, and I just want to show you guys. You're going to have to flip it over for it to work, right? And if you notice, it doesn't quite fit. It's funny, right? So we have a corner that we have to shave off, and I did all the measurements for you guys, don't worry. And then the same thing for this. So if you put the card back together, we got to fit, and we're actually going to put this one here. So when you open it up, this has to fit here, but you've got this extra little section that we've got to cut off, right? And then for the inside, it's the same thing. We've got to fit this guy here. So you want to think about papers also, that you don't mind going in any which direction. If there's a very specific direction, you're going to have to think about, well, I might be flipping it upside down and it's not going to fit. So think about the direction of the papers. If you got papers that it doesn't matter what direction, like these ones, then you're totally good. And Debbie's using ones that are the snowflake paper. So it's again the same thing. You can go any direction you want. So see how that doesn't quite fit in there?
Yep.
We have to do a little trim to get it to fit. Really, really simple.
I was using the right one.
Yeah.
Because I had 2 wrong. Yep.
Bye, Janine. You're tired. Have a good sleep. Hope your puppy's feeling better after the shower, after the thunderstorm. My dog hates thunderstorms.
I hope you're doing okay, Miss Janine.
So we're going to take our paper trimmer out again, and just to show you, we've got to be able to fit this into here. And if you guys can see, the part that's the problem is this little section right here, this little corner. So we got to trim that corner off. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure from here and 3/4 of an inch in. So we're going to measure 3/4 of an inch to that side. I always have to hold this up and go, okay, I'm going to put my finger on, that's the side I have to measure. And so I lay this down. Okay. So 5, I'm going to 3/4 of an inch right here. So from the edge of the paper, so from this side, and then I'll go back and I'll look at it again. And I'll go, okay, was that the side I marked correctly? Okay, yeah, it's that part right there. So line it up. And so put a little marking, put it back on your paper again and go, is this exactly where I want it to go? Is that the part I need to narrow? I need to cut that part off. And that's what that marking is. Got it?
Yeah.
Then you're going to go back to your paper trimmer and you're going to line up that mark with that tip, with that corner. And we're going to cut that diagonal. And so you slice that diagonal. So we've cut off that funny corner that doesn't fit. And now it fits perfectly.
Cool. And I did it
Not
right.
fun? Yeah, see?
So now we need to do the other one.
Right, and so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down.
That's actually
And I always like to
like,
okay, yep, that's right, it goes right there. But yeah, it's the same thing for the other one too. So hold up your paper into where it's supposed to go, which for me, it's going in here. Line up, it's all but one corner, does not make sense. And I'm going to put my hand on the part, like I'm going to put my fingernail on the part that I need to trim. Sometimes I'll put like even a little marking and I'll mark off 3/4 of an inch right there. And then I come in and from that tick mark to the opposite corner on the narrow side, you trim off. And that should fit like a charm. And just be careful it doesn't go onto where your fold is. And you are good to go. And it's just a fun card. It's a little bit different than any other card that you normally do. And so the front side, there it is. You open it up and there's the other one. And then I cut out 2 little fun squares. So here's one of my little polar bear squares. These little square cards are inside. I think we're going to put Snow Glad We're Friends on the inside there. And then we'll have a little polar bear insert on the inside. So you can put whatever you want in there. You could have all kinds of fun with that. And if you wanted to like glue it in place, you could too. But the whole point is that they kind of come out and it's something you can pull out from the actual card. So you could do a rectangular version. You could do a square. You could even get away with, and I know these don't really work, but just to show you, if you did a circle, the circle could fit in there as well. So any kind of fun shape. If you wanted to go a little taller than the cards, you can. It's up to you. And just to show you the one that I got my inspiration from, she did both a rectangle going the other direction for the front, and then she did a rectangle on the inside for the inside the other direction. And wouldn't they be really cute cards for kids? I think that's just so much fun. And I don't even know what to call it. Like, what would you call this design?
I have no idea.
Diagonal.
But what you just said about having the little pieces to go in there, that's a good use for all of those cut-aparts from our paper pads that we never know what to do with.
Right, right. And they're so cute because, I mean, like for me specifically, I've spent so much time creating and designing all these fun little bits. And so this is a great little space to put them. And, you know, you've got like the big cards and you've got like all those fun things. Or you just have this really pretty sentiment that you just, you know, you want to do something for. Or you could put a gift card in there. I usually keep one handy in here. Here we go. So, you know, you have a gift card. It could easily slide into there as well. So it gives it like a little pocket on the inside. So it'd be great for birthday. Triangle fun card. I love that. Because we are cutting a bunch of triangles. It's like a diagonal triangle fun fold card. That's a mouthful. Diagonal triangle fun fold.
Okay, so most of my stuff did print out. I ran out of paper in there, so I have to put some more Nina in there. But this does look really good. This is the Nina like you told me.
Mm-hmm.
So this
yeah, it prints really nice.
Yeah, so now I've got stuff to play with. I've got too much stuff to play with.
You didn't have fun.
Absolutely. But
and
that
the
is
thing
too
about
cute.
these cards is they look super complicated, but they're really not. You know, you just kind of break it down to the bare bones, and they're really, really super and really easy to work with. So, yeah, and those are some of the images you get. You get the little coffee cup or the little hot chocolate cup.
Yeah, and I had to print out bunches.
And see, there's the cards that are big, but I sized the cards down to be smaller because you're getting the original file. So if you just take the file, oops, I'm doing it wrong.
I think
if you
I
just
did
took the
size
file,
these a little bit down, but not as much as what you did. These are basically so they'll fit like on a regular like 4 1/4 square card.
Right.
And these is like, I think I've got them down to like 3. I think I did 3 or 3.5. But yeah.
Yeah. And the cool thing about having a digital collection is that you're given the file. You can make it larger or smaller. You just pop it into Google Files and then just size it to whatever you want. So I wanted it to be small enough. So my little squares I made to be, I think it was like 2 1/4 inch squares. And so it would fit nicely in there and it wouldn't be too big and bulky.
Well, this is cool, but I do think I would have to use lighter cardstock. This is how it happens. Well, okay.
It's not quite full. Oh, see, mine's folding flat. I have 110.
This basically would be like a pop-up. It's an automatic.
Yeah, it could be like a little pop-up. Yeah. This is 110 and it folds nicely and flat.
Yeah, this is cool though. I like this card.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. That's the whole point. We made some fun cards. Fun shapes.
Did you have any more cards you wanted to make, or did you want to do your giveaway for the folks that are in the chat?
I gotta randomly, if you want to chat for something, I'm gonna pull myself off so I can randomly pick somebody. I'm gonna ask my daughter to tell me to stop scrolling, and then when I find a name. So I'm gonna pull myself out if you want to chat for a minute.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, let me switch cameras if my other camera is still working, which it might not be. Okay, it's still working. Okay, so thank you guys, and thank you, Erin. We have been having so much fun. There's so many comments in the chat. I have not had a chance to look at any of those yet, but I did want to let you guys know I put a pinned comment in here. It's going to be in an hour. Mary Gunn from Craft Roulette, Mary Gunn Fun, is going to be doing another live stream tonight, and I came across it and thought that would be kind of cool to redirect depending on what time we get done. So it is set up as a redirection, so at the end of this slide you will see a link to go over to that one, at least on my channel. I have no idea how it's going to turn out since she doesn't go live, but it'll probably just take you to the video so you can wait or put a notification on and switch over into her live that she's going to be doing some light up campers. So I'm curious as to what she's going to be doing with the lights. Probably headlights or probably in the windows, something like that. So, and we all love Amanda from Pear Blossom Press's lights. So let me go ahead and look up some of the chat. I do see that this must, I don't know if I can.
I got it. My daughter told me. I stopped and it was like right on. I was like, bam, got it.
Ooh, awesome.
As random as we could make
it.
We are. But before we get to the winner, I've picked out the winner. I'm going to do that. I just wanted to show you guys a couple other ones. We were talking about the Card Makers Success Summit, and we did the Pandastic, which is the one that we did with the first one I made, the circle. I wanted to show you the other card. This is part of the Card Maker Success Summit that was done a little while ago. So I made these fun
I love the
cards.
TP cards.
They're really cool. And they open up and they fold flat. So they're really cool. They just do that. And that's how you send them.
I think of those and then I forget to do them. I think I put together one time and then I never think to do it. I always fall back on the standard A2. But those are adorable.
And then this was another one using the Pandastic. So it's just ideas for how to use those circle images. So this is one that's a square, but using 2 triangles and cutting it and then matting it with black. And it's just a little easy square card. So lots of fun ways that you can use a circle image.
You could do that as a lift the flap kind too, like cut it at the diagonal.
Absolutely, yeah. So that could go a whole different direction if you wanted to do the one where it flips like this way. Yeah, that's a fun one. And then just as a little sneaker peek, the card summit that is coming up very soon. This is using the card kit. So this is the fun fold I'm teaching you guys in the Card Maker Success Summit. So it is a lift the flap top folded fun fold card. Look how cute this is. So I'm going to show you. And by joining the event, if you're interested in doing that, you get the card kit for free. And then if you do the VIP, you get the whole collection. So there's lots of, and I'm one of many, many designers. And
she's got at least 25 again, right?
Yeah. So presenters, I think we're called presenters.
Yeah, I think that's what she called it. But we had a lot of fun last time. I mean, when we did the one back in February, and then we just had the demo day. The demo day was fun. Yeah. With like Catherine Pooler and that was fun.
There was a ton of fun to be had there. Okay, so you ready for the winner?
Yes.
All right. She's like, of course I am.
Dinner. Okay, Cordelia's
all
gonna
right,
say
so
that
our
she
winner,
wants it.
by randomness of my daughters, and I scroll, and she said stop. I'm like, okay, I'm stopping. So our winner is, by total random, Elizabeth Costa-Radley.
Woo! Yay, Miss Elizabeth!
Totally random. She went and told us all different kinds of crafts. Apparently, she had a whole
does everything.
Like she listed a bunch of stuff. So it was just the one I happened to stop on that was somebody who answered the comments. If you did not win, there's still a chance to win. Leave a comment, and you can leave a comment on any of the platforms we were streaming. I'm going to randomly pick one. So either on Debbie's Facebook or YouTube channel. On my Facebook or YouTube, I'm going to randomly select one of those places, and there's going to be another winner that's picked, and you guys are going to get a gift card to my store. So if you are the winner, so Elizabeth, there is a link to a Google form down below in the information section. Click on that, enter your information, and I will send you off your gift card so you can claim your prize.
Yay! Congratulations, Miss Elizabeth. Awesome.
What? And for everybody, there is 15% off at the store. So you just use the code DebbieJLive. It is good through the end of the month for anything in the store. And there's lots of cool freebies. I keep smacking my table. I'm so sorry. That's probably really loud on your end. I'm like, smack.
I'm one that I usually do the nail thing.
I mean, no
when
nails.
I'm thinking,
I
when I'm
don't
thinking,
keep nails.
Well, this is not real.
Oh, I can't craft with nails. It's really hard for me. I can't type. I can't craft. So I just keep them short because it gets in my way.
I hate the way my nails look, so I think I can't do it. Anyway, thank you guys. Anything else did you want to tell us anything else, Miss Erin? Or are we wrapping it up now?
I don't have really anything else. I mean, that's kind of the gist. We were going to make a couple cards. So if you're interested in joining the card swap that I have, I'll be announcing that soon. If you join the newsletter, then I'll be announcing that. If you come, I'll be announcing it on my Facebook. Also, you can join the Facebook group and my YouTube channel. So you'll be hearing about it. If you follow me anywhere, you'll hear about my card swap. It'll be around. It's open to anybody worldwide. You're welcome to come and join me every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central for my card making live Wednesdays. Kind of like what you saw here today, how I take you through how to make the cards. Stuff is kind of pre-cut, pre-ready to go. That's what our cards are. We usually make anywhere from 3 to 5 cards per episode.
I know,
and tomorrow
you go
is
fast.
more fun-shaped cards. What?
You go fast. You are always prepared. I'm seat of my pants. I never know for sure what I'm going to do.
It's not one, like, I definitely have everything prepared. It's not a class where you're going to sit and create with me. That there's not enough time for that,
right.
But it's enough to give you inspiration. But you
right.
could go back and if you wanted to stop and pause the video to
absolutely.
learn how to make those cards, you could totally do that, which is what video is for, right? And if there's measurements, I include the measurements and all that stuff too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so much appreciate it. And it was all you. I'm glad I got... These guys are probably surprised. I did manage to get 3 cards done, although I need to put a little cinnamon or something here, but that's just because I didn't have anything pre-printed for that. But I think they turned out pretty cute. What do you guys think?
They did. They turned out super cute.
Awesome. Well, here I am. I'm looking at the camera and seeing my face and still trying to hold it up to my other camera. That's not the way it works.
There, look at them. I love the oval shape. I always default to circle. I have ovals right there, and I never default to an oval. I need to remember ovals are fun too.
Oh yeah,
stars would be really cute too.
And these are the fluted frames, so that it has this. It has a cool detail on there, so it's got like an embossed edge. I love these. That's one of my favorite ones. So I use them a little bit too much. Crystal says, love both your cards. Thank you, Miss Crystal. Thank all of you guys for coming and hanging out with us. I have had a blast, and I can't wait to get to hang out with you again.
Yes, and if you have not checked out, if you're coming from my channel, if you have not checked out Debbie, go check her out. And if you're on Debbie's channel, you've never seen me, come check me out. That's how all kinds of fun.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, if you want to know exactly how to make all the fun fold cards, you do a lot of this. You do a lot of other stuff too. I mean,
I do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't know how you have time.
Except for I don't do crocheting and knitting, but pretty much like DIY kids crafts. We're going to be doing sublimation on Friday live at noon with more giveaways. So come back to my channel Friday at noon with Artist Free. But yeah, I do a lot of fun stuff. I do the gambit, except for I don't do like crocheting or needle, like the needle point. It just takes too long. The long crafts. Quilting, I don't get into that either.
Yeah, I love my paper mache, but after making a couple of huge pumpkins and them taking forever, and I was going to do a tree for Halloween and never finished because I ran out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent
time is of the
days,
essence, I swear.
I mean, days just putting the stuff on and then having to wait a day in between each layer to make sure that it dries enough. And then it wasn't always dry enough. It's like, it just, that
I think the only paper
shame
I did was like the volcano, the traditional when you're in school. But it was like this big, you know? Not even
yeah,
all
that's
that
about
crazy.
the size of my first pumpkin. It was like this big. My last one was like that tall. But I did tombstones and stuff too. It's like, it's fun, but it does take forever. Card making has definitely become my thing. It's easy. It's easy to store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can feel like you have completed a project in a short period of time and accomplished something, but still got creative. Yeah, it definitely kind of checks all the boxes for things that you want to be creative, but you want to be fast. And then it has a use. That's the other amazing thing, is that there's actually a use for it. You can give it to people, and you got that crafty itch kind of covered. And it's that therapy, and it's like you created with your hands, all of that. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, thank you. Yep, thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful night, and remember, if we can make it, you can too. Thank you, Miss Erin. Thank you guys. Y'all have a great night.
Bye.